Is it possible that what you think is love is just a chemical reaction in your brain? Do women really test men, or is there a deeper reason for their actions in relationships? What if the very thing you're chasing in love is actually pushing it further away? We're told that most people yearn for marriage, yet the divorce rate suggests that finding a lasting connection is a gamble. It seems men may be less inclined to initiate a separation than women, painting a picture of a dating landscape filled with potential pitfalls. Before even considering a walk down the aisle, it's estimated that the average American spends thousands of dollars on dates, often feeling as though they're playing a high-stakes game where the odds are rarely in their favor. This entire process, this search for the one, starts with a spark, a shared glance, a witty reply, a smile that lingers. It's a chemical dance, a moment of courage, or a flirtatious exchange. Yet, even though finding love is the ultimate reward, it also carries the greatest risk. To help you navigate this complex terrain, let's explore some tough truths about love and infatuation. A first harsh truth is that many people have a fundamentally flawed understanding of what love actually is. Falling in love is a multifaceted experience that can differ significantly between men and women. Many mistake fleeting attention or lust for genuine love. A surefire sign it's not the real deal if your actions don't reflect a consideration for the other person's well-being and happiness. So what exactly constitutes genuine love? How can you discern it from superficial attraction? The first indication lies in the consistency of your thoughts. Love ignites a profound curiosity and a genuine interest in the other person's life, emotions, and overall happiness. Even when they're not physically present, they occupy your thoughts, influencing your decisions and actions. Their well-being becomes a priority, and their happiness holds immense value for you. This selflessness and unwavering commitment to their needs signify a connection that transcends mere infatuation. Vulnerability is also key. With the right person, you feel safe sharing your deepest fears, insecurities, desires, and vulnerabilities. This mutual disclosure fosters trust and creates the emotional openness necessary for lasting love. Pay attention to nonverbal cues too. A subtle head tilt during conversation, for example, can indicate a deep level of trust. It's a subconscious signal, conveying a sense of security and comfort in your presence. Consider your long-term vision. Do you envision a future with this person? Are you willing to adapt your lifestyle to accommodate them? This forward-thinking perspective separates genuine love from fleeting attraction. Finally, as my partner so wisely put it, with the right person, it just feels like home. You experience a sense of calm, peace, and joy that transcends the fleeting excitement of infatuation. The second hard truth is that many people get stuck at the superficial level of chemistry or connection without ever reaching the deeper level of compatibility. At its core, love is the willingness to make sacrifices for the betterment of the relationship and the well-being of your partner. To determine if you've found someone with whom you can build a lasting life, it's essential to consider these three critical layers. Chemistry is the initial spark of physical attraction and connection, fueled by biological and neurological processes. It's synonymous with the honeymoon phase, characterized by intense thoughts and heightened excitement. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, and sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen drive this initial attraction. Oxytocin and vasopressin, released through physical touch, deepen the emotional bond. Adrenaline and cortisol create the exhilarating butterfly sensation. Men tend to experience a quicker dopamine rush and are more visually stimulated, leading to faster feelings of attraction. Women often require emotional and contextual cues to experience the same chemical surge, aligning with their evolutionary priorities of safety and security. Connection builds upon chemistry as people cultivate trust and get to know each other better. It transcends surface-level attraction, fostering deeper understanding and support. Shared experiences, vulnerability, and open communication are essential for strengthening this bond. Serotonin balances the intense focus on your partner, while mirror neurons facilitate empathy and emotional understanding. Men tend to experience connection through shared activities and problem-solving, while women prioritize emotional and verbal communication. Compatibility, the crucial third layer, involves aligning long-term values, goals, and lifestyles. It ensures that the relationship can withstand challenges. Shared values, mutual respect, and complementary personalities are critical. Oxytocin and vasopressin maintain long-term bonding and foster trust and healthy attachment. The prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, evaluates compatibility, balancing initial infatuation. Men tend to focus on practical compatibility, such as shared hobbies and goals, while women prioritize emotional compatibility and alignment of deep values. Falling in love is a complex process that begins with infatuation or chemistry, deepens through connection, and culminates in compatibility. This interplay of biology and individual experiences shapes the dynamic experience of love, with men and women approaching each layer with different priorities. The third harsh truth is that men and women often experience love and relationships in fundamentally different ways. To gain insight into the male perspective, I asked men about their experiences. A recurring theme was the overwhelming sense of responsibility. As one man shared, it's a purposeful intuition of draw to partnership, but also an intuitive fear of losing identity and autonomy. The constant internal debate between "I feel aligned with this" versus "isn't going to work out long-term" is ever present. There's a willingness to listen to and act upon these internal signals, distinguishing between fleeting attention and genuine love. One aspect that needs further exploration is the concept of women testing men. While it's a controversial topic, it's important to understand the underlying motivations. These tests are often unconscious, rooted in evolutionary psychology and the need to assess a partner's fitness. Women may be attracted to men who display success and competence. This isn't about superficial materialism, but rather a signal that the man is capable of providing and protecting. Women also gauge emotional reactivity and stability, presenting challenges to evaluate how a man reacts to stress and criticism. Dominance and leadership are assessed by challenging opinions or observing how a man handles competition. Returning to the male perspective, the experience of love is described as a gradual letting go of what fuels ego and status, while clinging for dear life to who we really are. It's a constant fight between what has kept us safe and what is required to experience the depth of love that we know we need to be the man that we are capable of being. The largest reward comes from taking the largest risk. It's a leap of faith akin to Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, where the depth of life experienced with the right person is unparalleled. When asked how to discern between real love and a potential disaster, one man responded that as human beings, we rarely get things right the first go-around. After years of operating from a purposeless, empty space, real love provided him with purpose and new choices. Love is a choice that brings intention with behavior. It's about continuing to be the person you portray yourself to be, even when no one is watching. It's about choosing your partner over behavior that you wouldn't want them to see. It's the humility to take ownership and practice empathy. Real love will drive you to do whatever is necessary to be who you need to be to protect, provide, heal, and nurture without asking anything in return. Real love will augment purpose, not strip it. It requires burning the ships and leaving no room for half-stepping. Real love takes time and is not about rushing infatuation or sexualizing the relationship prematurely. It's about understanding that being right is the poor man's currency and choosing to take the low road in the midst of conflict. It's about waking up every day and asking, how can I best love you today? It's important to recognize that men who offer such profound insights require women who honor and value those qualities. Women who see men as simply a means to an end are not worthy of such depth. But women who focus on pouring into you without expecting anything in return do exist, and they are worth taking a chance on. Another hard truth is that women will run tests, and these tests can feel insufferable, but they serve a genuine purpose for long-term stability and security. They assess your commitment, ensuring that you are capable, willing, and desired to stick around. They aim to detect genuine interest versus opportunism. They also judge your social status and peer respect by observing how you interact in social situations. While these tests may feel frustrating, they are adaptive strategies rooted in evolutionary foundations. The fifth harsh truth is that men have more to lose up front in the dynamics of dating. This is why it can feel like a struggle to get a man to commit. Men often feel societal pressure to diminish their vulnerability, making it difficult to fully embrace love, which requires emotional openness. Men who have been hurt in the past may be more reluctant to engage with this dynamic. They may also fear losing their freedom or independence, resisting love if they perceive it as a threat to their autonomy. Men are often expected to initiate dates and conversations, putting them in a position of greater rejection, which can make them more cautious. They are also more practical when it comes to mate selection, delaying emotional entanglement if they feel unsure about long-term compatibility. Testosterone can also play a role in driving physical attraction, causing men to prioritize short-term connections over long-term emotional bonds in the early stages of a relationship. The sixth hard truth is that if you are not compatible, the relationship will not last. Emotions can be blinding, leading people to overlook red flags. It's crucial to understand what you need, not simply what you want. Love is not about butterflies. It's about seeing kindness and answering it with kindness. It's about effort being rewarded with effort. It's about a positive feedback loop, not a negative one of revenge for perceived wrongs. If you want something long-term, you must be willing to take the risk and discern whether the person is honorable enough to take your heart and cherish it. Without compatibility, love may not be enough. Love is not just a feeling. It is a choice consistently made over time, despite the hardships that you will experience with this person. Because at the end of the day, if you had to struggle with anyone, that's the person you would want to struggle with. Ultimately, the most profound connections are forged not from fleeting passion or superficial attraction, but from the quiet, unwavering commitment to build a life together. It's about recognizing that true love isn't a destination, but a continuous journey of growth, compromise, and unwavering support.